But I think the other stock which has had a meaty move is Justdial. Up in Friday's session, up in today's trade as well. We hear a lot of marquee funds are active in the stock. They want to pick up some stake as well. It's up 10% last week. We thought it best to get the management in to speak about what's currently happening with the business, give us some update on Search Plus launch and the implementation, and how is it being accepted as well. So to talk about all of that, Ramkumar Krishnamachari, CFO of Justdial, joins us right now on the show. Ram, good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Neeraj here. The last we spoke was on the day of the launch.
Good morning.
And you were very hopeful of the reception being fairly good.
Right.
How has the scene been? I think it's been a month and a half since we last spoke. What's been the update there? How is the commercial launch looking like?
Right. So the reception has been very good. In fact, we had about total of about 1 million downloads of our app already. It has been in spurts. Remember a month and a half back when we launched, then there was a promo campaign that we started, and those were in spurts. And now there are just one piece that we are waiting for the full-fledged advertising and marketing campaign to launch. That is what we call the profile section within the app, where the users will be able to input all the personal information, etc. Once that is put in, it will be extremely easier for the Indian consumer to transact online. It will be convenient, easier and efficient for them to transact online. Our objective is to engage with the consumers, make it convenient and easy for them to transact. An ordinary Indian homeworker should be able to transact using our app. That is our objective, and that's why we are spending so much time and effort in making sure that we have the right product. We have already a good product out there. We are just, fitting in one missing piece. And once that is done, sometime during December, January timeframe, we should be able to do the full-fledged, what we call the advertising and marketing campaign.
Ram, but analysts have been indicating that a material pickup in Search Plus could take about 2 to 3 years to show complete effect on your top line. By when can we expect a meaningful contribution to your top line from Search Plus?
Yeah. So you have to remember here, what we are positioning ourselves, this product is essentially changing habits of Indian consumer. If you step back in 1996, we changed the way Indian consumers search online or search for anything. We disrupted Yellow Pages business and provided them with a convenient and easier way to find things. Similarly, come 2015-16, what we are looking out here is a convenient and easier way for the consumers to transact online on a single platform, on a single app. So what we are talking is changing habits of people. It's going to take time, and we are making sure that we have a great product through which ordinary Indian consumers, it will be easier for them to transact online. So as I said, once we do this marketing launch and reach out to the consumers directly through our evangelist and other digital medium, etc., maybe you have to give about 6 to 9 months time for this to, sort of the engagement to pick up. Once the engagement starts, we are going to then look at monetization. See, our view is monetization will be a byproduct of our engagement with the consumers. Once you have the value proposition very, very clear, what we are saying is that we are solving a problem to the Indian consumers for them to make it easier for them to transact, and also in the process help them with price discovery, etc., so that the Indian consumer doesn't need to go anywhere else, just come to a single platform to do any transaction online. That's the objective. So I think we are pretty confident we have a great product, and with this profile section, etc. And we are confident it's only a question of discovery. And with the advertising and marketing campaign, we should be able to communicate effectively to the consumers and engage with them.
Ram, if I take the clock back, for 2014, 2013, Justdial was more like a cult stock. Everybody wanted to buy it and nobody wanted to sell it. The stock from the all-time high has taken a knock of 45-50%. When I talk to some of your erstwhile shareholders and some of the current shareholders, and the sense I get is, they've raised money at the wrong time. Their historical growth rates are getting challenged, and they will struggle to maintain their historical growth averages. Are these concerns valid?
Look, I would say that there's some degree of patience is required. I mean, we are building this product for a long run. Definitely, yes, there were some steps that we had taken, be it raising money or other corporate actions, which perhaps was a distraction and perhaps could have been avoidable. But nevertheless, we learn from it and we move on. And what is more important is building a great product, communicating that, engage with the consumers. I think we as a business, the fundamentals continue to be strong in our business. That's what is important. If you really look at it, core business continue to generate cash. We are sitting, despite the buyback, will be sitting on $140 million of cash. And zero debt, zero receivable. So the fundamentals continues to be strong. We continue to engage with the consumer. We continue to be the platform of choice when it comes to local search. And so I think the inherent strength in the business model continues to grow. So I think these concerns are misplaced, I would say.
Ram, in which case, try and substantiate it with numbers. I understand your point that the app performance and the delivery will probably take 6 to 9 months. But what about the immediate future? Quarter 2, it was a bit patchy, paid listings growth. There was some bit of a slowdown as well that came in. How do you expect quarter 3 and quarter 4 to be like? If you can share some numbers here, broad numbers.
Yeah, so no, I won't give guidance as a policy. We will not give guidance. Having said that, Q2 definitely was, we did see the slowdown, but that is more to do with internal. We mentioned it in the analyst call also and in our interaction with investors. The factors are more to do with whatever, as I mentioned, the delay in hiring. You have to, we have been executing for the past 19-20 years. You can't judge us by one quarter. We believe that's an aberration. That aberration will be set right maybe in a couple of quarters' time. We are already seeing green shoots for these, and we have taken the right action as far as the business is concerned. We are ramping up the hiring, and we are putting in place infrastructure so that the growth acceleration and the number of paid campaign, etc., the acceleration continues. So I would say that in a couple of quarters, the growth will be back on track.
We get some closing comments from you. Zero debt company, cash on the balance sheet about $100 million plus. Let's understand the cash on the balance sheet. Now, the problem with cash on balance sheet is that it does not give you superior returns, and this will dilute your return ratios. So I'm sure you're mindful of that. I'm sure you would like to utilize that cash ASAP.
See, we are still in a growth phase. There's no reason for us to not to grow that cash and keep the cash. We just did this buyback. As I mentioned, post buyback, we'll still have $150 million of cash. With so much action going on in the segment, definitely at some point of time, there will be, I'm sure we will find a meaningful use of this cash.
Okay, Ram, we're going to let you go on that note. Good chatting with you. It always is, and your stock continues to buzz. 6.25% uptick coming in on Justdial even now as we speak, and that indeed is quite a big mover in an otherwise very, very quiet market. In fact, let's do a status check on the market. We haven't done that in a while, so we're just ambling around the 78.50 mark in trade. It's extremely quiet when it comes to the broader markets as well.